YouTube, what up, man? It's your boy AD. I'm back in another video. In today's video, I kind of gave y'all the rundown earlier on the last video on Meld Studio and OBS and kind of how to start up doing dual streams on YouTube. But I didn't really talk about exactly what Meld was about, and I'm gonna give y'all kind of the rundown of how this whole thing works with Meld Studio. To me, it's the better option. It's the safer option, especially if you don't have like a super extreme PC or anything like that. It doesn't use as many resources as OBS or Streamlabs. You can multi-stream through it. They also have a restream website that you can use, so it's in the cloud where you can multi-stream to different platforms without doing it just through Meld Studio's toggles, where you can just go into the cloud and throughout every other platform as well using your software too. So I think it's a better way to just go ahead and give you out a game on some Meld Studio. So be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Try to upload as much as humanly possible with gaming content. But now we're starting into a little bit of the how-tos of how I kind of operate things, and maybe y'all take this away and make something out of it. So let's get right on into it, baby. So this probably looks crazy with how I have this set up. So this is like my main, how I have everything set up currently. Like, yeah, like all my sources and everything here. I have where you can toggle on and off each specific platform that you want to stream on, between the vertical, the horizontals, and all that good stuff, and all your audio mixes where all your audio comes through. But we're gonna give you a clean look at everything on a fresh page. So this is just downloading Meld Studio, which you can go to meldstudio.co. I'll leave the link in the description as well for you to check out. But this is how you'll have everything set up. So once you download it, you open it up and it updates. You'll be brought to the welcome screen, where it tells you everything that's involved with Meld Studio, where you can live stream to multiple platforms. You can have a virtual camera if you want to go to like TikTok Studio, corner your cameras and different captures, built-in move transitions. You get preset effects that you can add to cameras of your games, monitoring your audio, per scene audio, VOD tracks, audio effects. And you get to pick if you want just one setup or if you want multi. So we're going to go over multi so I can kind of break everything down to you of like how this whole thing sets up and works. I have another camera that is on my gaming PC that we're doing this on right now, so I can really try to break down what I can and just give you a basic setup and get started with Meld Studio. So you're gonna go multi-canvas, get started, introducing multi-track audio. Next, just gonna run through this because I'm not gonna get too much into like those specific tracks, because at the end of the day, unless you're editing, that's one thing. If you're not editing, then I wouldn't worry too much about this in particular. We're gonna hit done, and this also has for your vertical canvas. Set it at once, use it everywhere. So first things first, you're gonna want an input. You're gonna want a microphone. So let's just say mic. Okay. Now I believe mine is set up to, is it this one? Yep. So I have microphone set up here. You're not gonna hear it, of course, because I'm using something completely different. But that's how you would have this set up to set up your microphone. Adjust your volumes, how you need to have it adjusted. Now, if you want to be able to hear back your microphone, you would hit this Q button. This is to monitor your audio. So if you need to hear it, hear where it's coming from, all that good jazz, this is how it would operate for you. Now, we're going to go ahead into layers. We're going to add our camera. So go to layers, video device, select device, 922 Pro Stream, boom. This is an old ass camera. I haven't used this camera in years. This is the first camera I was using. So boom, we have a camera that's added in. We'll just toss it right there for right now. And then if you need to adjust like certain aspects of the camera, you can change the effects to it. You can add like blurs, preset effects like a 3D effect. You can turn it back off, black and white effect, back off, ghost, back off, luminance, back off. So you have different options of things you can do with your camera. because of the preset effects. And then if you need to change any other settings and stuff like that, you can adjust this however you see fit for your resolutions and all that good jazz. Now, the next thing we're going to want to do, let's say we want to add what's going on in our background of our PC or something, right? So you go display capture and you can just put on Meld Studio display. You can just put the background of what you're doing currently. There's different options, and if you want to bring your camera to the front, just click and drag. So all the same thing. There's really nothing different here going on at all, right? Now, another thing that does come along with this before we start adding like the game and backgrounds and stuff like that are these custom widgets. So you have combo widgets, spotlight, confetti, chat, activity. So chat is exactly what it is. So with chat, this would be whatever streaming platform you have set up. You just add this in. And then when you look over here, it pops up on the side where you can test certain events that pop up, subscriptions, raids. You can pick what events you want to be seen or not seen. If you want channel points, follows, raids, hosts, I would turn off show platform icons. So that way, because with how Twitch's TOS is set up, they don't want you to show like any other places you have your content streaming out to multi-streaming wise or anything like that. So I would just turn off platform icons, leave badges though, and just leave it at that. And then if you want to change the fonts of it, you can change the fonts of it. And that's how you would have it set up for your chat. Same thing with if you were doing activity, you would have this set up activity wise. And it literally is set up pretty much the same exact way. This will show in your feeds just the activity, doesn't show the messages, but you can change it if you want to do that to where it just shows everything. You do it that way. If you don't want that, delete it out and delete it out. Now, I have Call of Duty running in the background here. So what we're going to do is we're going to add our game capture. Now, I'm doing this strictly on my gaming PC. So it's going to work a little bit more simple this way. And boom. Because I'm on my gaming PC, everything is just set up directly that way. So it makes it 30 times easier for me to not even have to worry about it or stress about it. Because now that they've added this automatic game capture, you don't have to actually go in here and select the specific game or anything like that. It's just as soon as you hit game capture, that's what pops up. And again, you can do the same thing where this also adds an audio track to your device. So as you see, it literally popped up Call of Duty here as my audio track strictly through my gaming PC. Super simple. You can adjust it how you need to. You can monitor it straight through here if you need to do that for whatever reason. Now, what I was talking about with VOD tracks, right? First thing, promote the global audio track. So basically this makes it so any other scene that you do, this will always be an audio track in those scenes. Which you can see, mark the audio track as global to use for all scenes or disable audio. But exclude from VOD track is the big thing here. So if you stream on Twitch, stream on YouTube for that matter, with Twitch, your VODs, they get scrubbed so much through Twitch's system for copyrights. So they like mute audio, or they make it so you can't even have your VODs be published because of the audio that's in it. So you would hit exclude from VOD track on this particular track here. And this makes it so your VOD, as you see here, your VOD doesn't have any of that audio coming through at all in your VOD. Live stream is fine, but the audio doesn't come through here. Now, if you stream to YouTube, you can still use this same VOD track exclusion. What that does is your live stream doesn't allow it to come through at all. So let's say you're playing music in the background and we'll just change it. We'll just say, we'll make this one music, right? Make that music. Not worried about the device, but you would pick the device you want, have it up for whatever, and you would hit here, exclude from VOD track. Now your live stream plus the VOD that it turns into will not have any music that's in your streams at all. So you'll be able to hear your own music, but the stream can't hear it. So if you're multi-streaming wise to Twitch and YouTube, Twitch can hear your music while you're streaming, but after the stream is over, the music is gone in your VOD. And then YouTube, as you're streaming, the music does not exist and it will never exist on your YouTube. So that's really good to have in your holster to be able to make sure that you don't have to worry about any type of copyright stuff or anything like that. Now, if we're going to get into the vertical here, right? So there's one good thing about this that is going to change things for you a lot. It is the duplicator. Now the duplicator here is fire. Now, before we can do that, you can pick either gaming or a chat as a template. We're gonna do gaming because that's what we're doing. As soon as you do that, it automatically pops up the game that you want, that you're playing currently, and your webcam. If you already have this set up, it pops up just by hitting duplicator if you already have a game. Then you just pick your camera. You're already set up and ready to go. If you want to change anything extra, like if you want to, let's say you wanted to add like a background or something, or like a blur effect or something like that right behind it. What you can do here is you can click on this, right click, and duplicate. And then bring this behind. Now watch this. We're gonna stretch the canvas. So as you see, it's in the background now. And then when you do that, you're gonna go to Effects, Plus, Gaussian Blur. Probably can barely see that because it's behind me. So I'm gonna show you again. So you would hit plus here, Gaussian Blur, and this is what pops up here. And as you can see, it's already kind of blurred the background a little bit. We're gonna move this just a little bit more downward. Make sure it's centered. And then go back to our background. And then here, you can adjust the blurriness to it. So it's still showing your gameplay in the front. You can change the way that you want the blurriness to be affected here. Vertically, horizontally, horizontal and vertical, all that good stuff. So as you usually have seen in my streams so far, if you've been in my verticals, which you haven't, I do also vertical stream here on YouTube as well. My vertical streams are pretty much set up the same way. I have this a little bit more of a horizontal aspect. So it shows pretty much the entirety of the game versus just a smaller part, because I like to be able to show you guys the map and stuff. But I may change it around just because I've kind of found some new ways I kind of want to operate this. So if y'all want to check that out, make sure to subscribe, like up, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on them streams. I got something in store for that. But literally, it's as simple as that. And then the next thing you got to do is just make sure to add your output. So if you stream on Twitch or YouTube, you're going to click up here on this plus sign. And then it's going to give you 4 options. You have Twitch, Kick, YouTube, and custom RTMP. So if you stream on like Facebook, Trovo, any other place like that, you would click into here. And then wherever your stream URL, stream key, you have to make sure to add that. Now, those are usually in the platforms that you specifically want to stream on. So if I want to do like, let's say Rumble, I would put my stream server URL, which is in the Rumble Studio. And then I would add my stream key here. And if you don't want your VOD tracks to be in, this is what you have this option here already too. It says non-Twitch platforms use the same audio track for both your live stream and VOD. When enabled, any tracks excluded from the VOD track won't be included in your output. So again, for Twitch, you have this on. It comes through the live stream, but in the VODs, it's gone. Any other platform that's not Twitch and you have this on, it would not play anything that's involved in your VOD track. So that could be if you set up your mic, if you set up your music, the game audio, any other type of alert sounds or something like that, and you have this selected on, it will not play that audio through your streams at all outside of Twitch. If it's just on Twitch, it will come through, but your VODs will not have it. Simple, easy, straight to the point. Now we're going to take this back out for a second, and we're going to go outputs and then Twitch. And you're going to log in. When you log into your Twitch, what it's going to allow you to do is once it's logged in, it automatically sets up your URL and your stream key based on your particular stuff in your Twitch dashboard. So literally, you don't have to do anything else after that. Once you're logged in, it gets you going. You can have it started as soon as you hit go live, that it starts your stream immediately. Literally that simple. Now here's where you can change your frame rates. The canvas, just leave canvas at 1080p. Your bitrate is usually based off of your internet upload speeds and download speeds. So the maximum they say on Twitch is like 6K, but it really depends on how well your internet is. 6K is the maximum, but you can go up to 8K, which usually ensures that you're getting that 1080 quality usually on your streams for Twitch. So that's how I like doing it, but that's just me. You can also adjust your vertical bit rates as well. So I'm running right now, I believe 8,000 and 6,000, I believe. Let me also just check here. I'll tell you guys in just a sec because I actually have my mainstream one. So I'm at 8,000 for my horizontal and 6,200 on my landscape. That's how I like to do mine. But again, that's based on just my internet alone. Now, quality presets, the lower is where it makes it so it doesn't eat up as much on your PC. Of course, the higher it goes, higher quality presets will increase CPU and GPU usage. So it really depends on how well your CPU and GPU is. I'm running very high and best based on what I have currently, but I may drop this back down to very high. I think I have it at best quality right now. In audio bit rates, I would make sure to match this with what your settings are on your current PC. So if you're running 160 or 256, just do it based off of that. And again, you can edit your streaming outputs here, your recording outputs as well. If you wanted to record a specific location, anything like that, you can do that. If you want to be able to go into the type of file format, also which canvas you wanted to record, you can change that at any point in time, what the bit rate is for it. And this is where we're talking about multi-track recording, where you can record specific tracks into your video. So if you want master track, this just keeps all of it together on one track. If you want to record the VOD track into it as well in post-production based on the program you may use, you can record this and you can delete it, remove it, adjust the volume however you want it to go into your recordings, all that good jazz. Same thing with clipping. Now I use clipping for my vertical. I change the clip length however I wanted to, put that to portrait, and I can use the same thing for my VOD track. So if I have my VOD track set up to not have music in it, selecting VOD tracks for my clips makes it so that music doesn't come through on my clips, so I can just upload it anywhere without having to worry about any type of copyrights or anything like that as well. So it's very quick, simple, and to the point. Audio, making sure where your audio comes through. White levels, breathe frames, depending on where it is. Virtual camera, you would have to install your virtual camera. And what I would have is my portrait canvas be my virtual. So this is how I would stream to TikTok with TikTok Studio. You have to have a certain amount of hours put in through the studio, and it's literally that simple. Then you would go into TikTok Studio, select your virtual camera, your Meld virtual camera to be what's put on there, and we use your vertical display to put on TikTok Studio. Boom, easy work. You set up your transitions. It doesn't have the ability to add like custom transitions, unfortunately. So this is like, again, this is very simple and basic information. You can also set up to use a custom chat doc or stream info doc. So we're going to set up the custom chat doc with Twitch right now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys this on what I have fully set up on my streaming PC. So give me 1 second. So now we're back on my streaming PC. And this is how I have everything set up currently. And this includes all my sources and everything else. We're going to drag this over so you can see it. Now I told you about the doc information. So we're going to go to user interface, use custom chat doc. Now this allows me to set up how I want my chat doc to be. So you would go into I use my stream manager for the Twitch dashboard. Go copy your URL, paste that in there, hit enter. And then we're going to go here to this bar here, this little chat circle. And you can maneuver it how you want to. And this is how I would go about setting up the chat, as well as this is stream information. If I want to change anything for my streams, if I want to adjust how my manager looks, this is how I would do it. And if you want to turn it back off, you go back into settings, user interface, boom, gone. Now this also has built-in stream chat. So wherever you're logged into, whether it's Twitch, if it's YouTube, Kick, it will have your ability to change your chats here to where you want to send your messages to. If you want to send it to all platforms, that's how you would go about doing that. And you can also do stream info through here as well, through YouTube, through Twitch. It's literally that simple. To me, this is by far the best program to be using for like starter streams, for people just getting into streaming. It's very simple and straightforward. If you want to learn with OBS, it's a little bit extra work, but it gets the job done. As far as like alerts, you would have to use platforms like Nerd or Die, Stream Elements, Own.tv. There's different platforms and websites you can use to get alerts and stuff added in. Of course, you can also add like confettis and things like that for different things that happen in your stream to spotlight certain people that maybe just subbed or anything like that. There's all types of different ways and things to go about it. So hopefully, if y'all haven't already tried out Meld, that y'all give it a shot. To me, again, Meld is my preferred destination to be at for streaming and using the program. OBS is cool. I go to it from time to time, but it's a lot more extra steps versus just kind of the people getting started or just somebody just wants to get straight into getting their jobs done. And also recording aspects, it's a lot more simple. And again, the program barely uses any resources on my PC. So that's just my preferred way to go about it. Hopefully this helps you guys out. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and let me know in the comments down below if y'all need any other information, if y'all are interested a little bit more in finding out things, or if maybe I could do a little bit better and provide a little bit more information for y'all. So appreciate y'all, love y'all, stay safe, and until next time, peace.